I never read digital. I don't want to read digital.
Murray Rich is a rarity, one of the few people we could find who still buys newspapers.
I look at a computer screen way too much. I don't need to be looking at it on the weekend.
But statistics show most Canadians get their news online. And it's against that backdrop that Saltwire, the East Coast's largest media company, recently found itself unable to pay its bills. Now the company and its 26 newspapers have been bought by Toronto's Postmedia network for $1 million. 60 staff from newsrooms throughout Atlantic Canada have been laid off so far.
There was a while where we weren't sure we were going to be bought at all. No jobs for anybody, so it's bittersweet in that way.
But a shrinking local newsroom is tough to take in a province that celebrates Joseph Howe, a 19th century newspaperman and fierce advocate for a free and independent press. His statue next to the legislature, where there are now fewer reporters around to cover what happens inside.
Who's covering the local news? Who's covering, municipal politics?
A concerning question for journalism professor Kim Kierans.
And if we don't have that information, how can we be a functioning democracy?
Canada's newspaper industry is trying to make a comeback online, but as operating revenues have declined, so have the number of daily papers. A decade ago, there were 104. Now there's 71.
My hope for the future is that they can turn it around.
Postmedia's CEO has said the layoffs were necessary to create a more stable future and to prevent the total shutdown of the papers.
I happen to think that government support of the news industry is vital going forward.
A potentially contentious topic come federal election time, he says, given opposing views in the House of Commons.
It's an existential moment for Canadian journalism.
And a moment of truth for newspapers now owned by Postmedia in Atlantic Canada. Heidi Petracek, Global News, Halifax.